So as some of you guys might be able to assume from the title of the video and also what was depicted at the very end of that music clip B-roll montage, I didn't catch anything. Going on that big boat for 5 hours fishing the open ocean in Mexico, I thought that I'd be able to catch something pretty big and like make it a really big piece of my YouTube channel. Like maybe put it in a trailer, you know, me holding the fish like this, and I thought that'd be really friggin' badass, but it didn't happen. You see, there's a little bit more to the story, and let me tell you why that 5 hours on the boat was probably the worst 5 hours of fishing that I've ever spent in my life. And so a little bit of context. 2 days before, my family went whale watching. And, well, obviously to go see whales, you gotta be on a boat and you gotta go out to the ocean. Most of my family gets seasick, so we brought ourselves a little bottle of seasickness pills, and seasickness pills, and we all had one, and then we went on the boat and we watched some whales, and that was all cool. No one got seasick, and we all came back in one piece, and it was all fun and games, except when my dad was handing out the seasickness pills to everyone so everybody could have one. I think it was the chewable ones, I don't really remember too much. He dropped one. And just remember about that one pill. Just remember about it. It'll come back. It'll definitely be relevant. He dropped one. But then there were still enough for everyone, so we didn't really care. We were like, whatever. It's one pill. There's still a bunch left in the bottle. We're fine. And so it was like 1 or 2 days later. Now it's the big day. We're getting on a big boat, and we're going to go catch some marlin, some sailfish, and some dorado. And I'm like, this is going to be so freaking badass. We're going to catch some giant fish. Everything's going to be perfect. I charged up all my GoPro batteries and my phone and my camera. I like cleared out the SD card the day before so I can have the maximum amount of footage. And I was like, yes, this is going to be it. This is going to be like the big video. Ever since the I caught my biggest bass in my life video that got a lot of views, I was like, this is going to be that, like, the second coming of that. And so we wake up at like 4 in the morning, and then we hired a taxi, which ended up being a van. We didn't want to be late to the boat, so we like haul ass at 5 a.m. before the sun has even risen, as you saw in the B-roll montage in the beginning of this video. So we haul ass there, we meet the captain, and like everybody's like super excited. We get on the boat and we go to open ocean. And then we rig up and we cast our lines in, and then we're all just waiting. So a lot of these big Pacific Ocean fish, you do catch them on rod and reel, but not like lure fishing where you cast it out and reel it back in. A lot of these fish, they prefer a very, very fast lure presentation. So even if you're reeling really, really fast, it's too slow. So we were trolling. We cast the baits out, and then we just let the boat run the bait and let them trail behind us. And if a fish started pulling it, then the rod and reel would obviously feel resistance, and we'd pick up the rod and reel in the fish. I mean, easier said than done. These things can grow up to like 100+ pounds, and they're no joke. Like if you don't have good footing while reeling them in, you're not going to be pulling in the fish. The fish is going to be pulling in you, and instead of you eating the fish for dinner, the fish is going to eat you for dinner. Well, as your body decomposes, lots of fish will eat you as you sink to the bottom of the Pacific Ocean. But there's big stakes, and I'm like super excited. Well, you see, when we got out to the open ocean, it's open ocean, so there's no land, there's no like shore, there's no structure that shields you from the wind, which means that there's a lot of waves. Like, lots and lots of waves. I've been on the open ocean, let's see, like 2 or 3 times before, so it wasn't anything new. It was just that that day was like the fringe day between like a lot of cloudy days and then the last few days being really sunny. It was like that middle transition day, so there was a really big pressure change from low to high pressure. So there was a lot of wind. As you know, wind is created by the differences in pressure in different parts of the planet, and so air molecules move from high pressure to low pressure, and that's what creates wind. So there's a lot of wind. So more wind, more waves. And so all of us started getting a little bit seasick. It was a lot of shaking. And so my dad's like, hey, we brought the seasickness pills. Do you guys want some? Everybody's like, well, duh, yeah. And so we open up the bottle, and then we're sharing it. And then my dad realizes, oh shit, there's not enough for one person. Where did that one pill go? Well, it was the one we dropped 2 days ago. So now we got this little dilemma going on. My dad doesn't get seasick. He's gone on like really big commercial fishing boats in the middle of Alaskan winters during storms and stuff, so he doesn't need it. My mom and my brother do. And I volunteered myself as the person who would suffer through seasickness for the next 5 hours. And how do I describe this? It was like painful. It feels like your brain got saran wrapped and then like put underneath a hydraulic press. Your brain under pressure feels like it's about to explode, but then the saran wrap is around it so it doesn't explode, and the pressure just builds inside of your head. That's what it feels like, and it is god awful. What makes this worse is the fact that we all have to keep watching the rods for 5 hours, because when a fish hits, it's going to bend the rod and the drag's going to go out. So we got to, and there's like 5 or 6 rods on deck, so we got to be watching. So here I am with a massive headache, and it feels like my head's about to split open, and I need to like keep watching the rods. Terrible. It's terrible. It's worse than running the mile in PE. Actually, that's a lie. I was a cross-country runner. I enjoyed running the mile. I was one of the crazy kids. Yeah, so it was a lot of suffering, and I didn't like it. And after about 2.5 hours, 3 hours, I gave up. I'm like, fuck it. And I lie down on the boat, and I pass out for the rest of it. And then I wake back up when the boat stops, which is when we got back to the harbor. And at that point, yeah, we didn't catch anything. We just wasted 5 hours, which is pretty much an entire day out of our 5-day trip in Mexico. Actually, we did catch 1 fish. My brother caught 1 fish. I'll show you a clip right here. Bonita. Yeah, hey. Wow. Your turn's over. Let's go, Bonita. Maybe. Maybe. It was about the same size as the bait that we were throwing, so we all laughed about it. But then, hindsight is 20/20. We can't really laugh at him because he was the only person who caught a fish. So, who's the real winner here? And then a little bit after, one of the rods actually went off, and it's not on footage because it was really far away. But a Dorado took our bait, and it like jumped in the air. Dorado! Come on. Come on. Oh!
Oh, it came off.
Ah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that got shredded. Oh, God. That got shredded, my dude. So that little tuna in the Dorado that we missed, that was like in the first 20 minutes of fishing. That early set of bites set the expectation for the next 4 hours and 40 minutes. So during those 4 hours and 40 minutes, minus the time I was sleeping, I was like super duper hopeful. And then in the end, it just like crushed my dreams. So yeah, those were my worst 5 hours of fishing ever. And that's it for today's videos. Sorry for the lack of content. Well, again, I apologize for my previous video too. I suck at being a fisherman apparently, especially for big fish. I guess I'll just go back and catch tiny fish in Washington again. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys next week when my last of the 4 episodes of the Cabo San Lucas Experience will air. I hope you guys will watch that one. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys next time. Oceanman Fishing out.